and I know Pete loves this part of the show probably as much as anything, even though he loves making money like Justin and I do. But this is where we pick an interesting video, and what a great game this was between the Lions and the Texans. The Texans went up to a 23-3 lead, I think, at halftime or something like that, Justin. And then Dan Campbell and the Lions came roaring back. Yeah, the pun is intended, but they did come roaring back. And this was the play that I want you to watch right here, because it was one of the defining plays in that game.
Earned the job with the Lions from 58 to tie the game. Bates just inside the upright, ties it at 23.
58 yards out, and he just squeaks it in by about the width of a football. He squeaks it in the upright. He, of course, came back to kick a 52-yarder to win it, Justin, and keep Detroit just rolling along. I don't think anybody wants to play these Lions, but boy, even on a bad day, because, you know, when you go down 20 some odd points in the first half, that's a bad day. But they came back strong. That was very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a testament to everything in life, right? Like discipline. Seeing that 23-3 or however much they were down and just saying, all right, I'm going to play the game the same way that we practiced it. I'm going to execute these plays. And maybe if we continue to execute, despite the fact that it's going against us right now, it'll work in our favor. And that attitude can be applied to so many things. Also, Jared was telling me about this guy. That's so cool. So he was a gentleman that wasn't originally somebody that was playing a ton and had just had a very good record in the past. Is that accurate?
Yeah, he was a soccer player, and then he played, can't remember if it was North Texas or where he played. He finally came out for the football team, did not miss a kick, never had missed a kick. Then he got into the, I think it was the USFL, and signed a couple-year contract there. And the Lions kicker went down with an injury. And I think that poor guy will be kicking somewhere else, because they love this guy in Detroit. And he's been such a winner for them that, we all miss. Not every trade of mine is perfect, folks, but this kid is pretty damn amazing. And just wonderful to watch the Lions come back like that. And like I say, I give their coach, Dan Campbell, a lot of credit, as Pete does, because this guy just motivates these players like crazy. And just as he came back from halftime, Justin, before the snap, there were 15 minutes in the third quarter, you know, so it's right the first play of the game, you know, because the ball goes through the end zone and blah, blah, blah. So the clock never starts. First play of the game, Stroud throws an interception right as Campbell is talking about it live on camera. He says, what we need to do is we got to hit them hard and we got to get some turnovers. First play, a turnover. The defensive back cut right in front. It was fabulous. All right, let's talk also just a little bit about this, Justin. Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, the University of Colorado football team, 7-2. That's Deion, the worst coach in the Big 12, Sanders. And he ain't the worst coach. Many of the people that said that have already apologized, because he is phenomenal. He's done a great job with the portal and with motivating players that may not quite be at the same level of some of the teams that he's beating now. But this was just another great win for him. They've already qualified for they're bowl eligible, and hopefully they'll be playing in the Big 12 championship. But he's an exciting guy. His son, actually one of his two sons, put on a little Deion dance in the end zone, Justin, after he scored.
And that was his son is Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh Sanders are his two sons, folks. And both of them will be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. And obviously, Travis Hunter, that kid might win the Heisman. He is so good. And he had, I think, another 9-catch day or something like that. I mean, there are some players who get drafted that have 9 catches for the year. And this kid plays both ways, offense and defense, and had 9 catches this weekend.
Wow. That's incredible.
Now, lastly, let's take a look at what was going on with the Indiana Hoosiers, because, yeah, they were a big favorite, even against Michigan, a great Michigan tradition. They don't have Jim Harbaugh anymore, but what they do have is a lot of guts, and they gave Indiana everything they had and yet did not come away with a win, which means then that Indiana has their first ever 10-win season, Justin. First ever 10-0 record. It's pretty amazing. And I'm delighted for them. And the fact that I think the portal, which many people are critical of, it's not just that you can get a couple great players here and there because they're backing up somebody at Alabama or at Ole Miss or at, any of the great Southeast Conference schools, but also these teams are not nearly as deep. The depth on those same teams that I just mentioned, LSU, Bama, Georgia, they don't have the same depth they used to have, which makes it more of a fairer game, in my opinion, Justin, because there were probably guys that were second and third team on those teams that could have been starters, maybe even All-Americans at other schools if they were playing there. And instead, they have really helped out these schools like Indiana, given them that little extra that they needed to get over the top, and at the same time took away a little extra from some of those other great programs.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. You said it really, really well. I mean, 10-0 for the first time ever. This is where the pressure really, really, really builds to just maintain and to act as if nothing has changed and to just keep putting on those same excellent performances that led them to that 20-15 win over Michigan previously.
Yeah, yep, great game. I'm sure there were a lot of people on the edges of their seat, Indiana fans, and of course, Michigan fans hoping for that upset. And they almost got it. They came within 5 points, and Indiana was giving 14.5. When was the last time a Michigan team was getting 14.5? I can't tell you, but I know it was probably before Jim Harbaugh was there.